we're learning more about the bankruptcy filing involving Pontiac General. The hospital recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, claiming an unexpected loss in Medicare funding. CBS News Detroit's Jack Springate is on your block outside of the hospital. Jack, what can you tell us as far as what's next for Pontiac General and the hundreds of workers recently laid off?
Well, it's been nearly a week since Pontiac General announced 240 layoffs due to unforeseen losses in Medicare funding. However, one former employee tells me this is something they should have seen coming. Pontiac General sent employees this email alerting them of their 2 weeks' notice back on November 16, while the hospital claims the decision comes out of an unforeseen termination of their Medicare provider agreement. A former employee who wishes not to be identified told me the hospital has known about compliance warnings since at least May of this year. The former employee claims the hospital is only calling these circumstances unforeseen as a way to avoid giving employees 60 days notice outlined in the WARN Act. The hospital claims these layoffs will be temporary, and the bankruptcy filing doesn't mean they'll be closing their doors. The former employee isn't ruling out a possible hospital closure after an eerily similar situation closed down Cottage Hospital in Galesburg, Illinois, under the same owners as Pontiac General. A major difference comes as Pontiac General seeks to transition from an acute medical facility into a psychiatric hospital. One medical expert says a fresh start could help them improve those services after dealing with issues in the past.
Pontiac General has had some struggles in the past in care in their psychiatric ward, and that's been limiting, and that's affected their reputation. But we're hoping that this new administration and the new relationship and the rebirth of the facility as a psychiatric hospital can address some of those shortfalls.
Now, I'm still waiting to hear back on my request for comment from the hospital at the time this story is airing. However, that former employee I referenced earlier, they said they would be willing to speak on camera once and if their final check clears this Friday. So be sure to stay with us as we continue following the impacts of these layoffs just before the holiday season. For now, reporting in Pontiac, I'm Jack Springate, CBS News Detroit.